Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. Today, we're going to be talking a bit more about mouthpieces. If you caught my talk with Mark on Friday, we got to talk a lot about how we ended up picking the mouthpieces that we did and why we use what we use and our philosophies behind it. So today, I just thought I'd take us through a line of mouthpieces that Houghton Horns started carrying very recently, and that is the very famous Schilke mouthpieces. Now, obviously, you can find a lot about Schilke mouthpieces online, but I figured that we could take some time to actually listen to them and compare them in case you're looking at buying them. I'll tell you right up front, I think they're good mouthpieces. If I didn't think they were good mouthpieces, we wouldn't carry them. That's one nice thing about being one of the owners of the shop, is that I get to pick what we carry, and frankly, if I don't like it, we don't tend to buy it. But let's talk about the different models. So, as I've said before, just for a little bit of context, I play a Jacob Medlin. It is a custom-made horn by Jacob Medlin in North Carolina. And I play one of our Varus PF mouthpieces. Let me play a little bit for you just to so you can hear what my bass setup sounds like. Sorry. So we're going to just go through the Schilke mouthpieces starting at the lowest number, and that's going to be the Schilke 27. So all of the Schilke mouthpieces look the same, but they have what I consider to be a pretty classic, simple, but very nice contour. And if we read the description of the Schilke mouthpieces on our website, the Model 27 has a 16.25 millimeter inner diameter, and a throat, a 16 bore, and the description says, sorry about not changing the mic over again. One of these days I'll learn. The Model 27 has a 16.25 millimeter inner diameter, a 16 bore throat, and the description says a narrow diameter and thin rim creates a special mouthpiece for the first time horn player. I know a lot of first horn players play the Schilke 27. here. Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Okay, and that should fix that issue. I haven't looked at the count of people who are still watching, but I hope you're still with me and we can continue to look at the rest of the Schilke mouthpieces together. So next on the list is the Schilke 28. By the way, as a caveat, there are actually multiple models in this line I have not tried before. So this is new for me as it is for you. The Shooky 27 I have tried before. The inner diameter is way, way too small for someone with lips my size. You may have heard some of the constrained sound when I was trying it out. It sounded okay, but there'd be no way I could play something so small. But for someone with thinner lips, it may be the perfect solution. The description of the Shilke 28 says that it has a 16.15 millimeter inner diameter. So this is going to be even smaller. It has a 26 bore throat. And it states a true French model mouthpiece having a small cup and throat that definitely favors the high register. Recommended for the descant horn. So I'm going to go ahead and play it on my horn, but we're probably going to get interesting results. Ooh, this mouthpiece gets a really nasty sound on this horn. I would take that recommendation that it's for the Descant horn quite seriously. It does not match up with this horn much at all. You know, let me get my Descant horn and see if the 28 plays a little better with it. I normally play a Schmidt number 8 with this horn. Let's see how the Schilke 28 works. Really, I think this mouthpiece is too it's too shallow and the bore is too small even for my Descant horn. Just for a comparison, here's what my Descant horn sounds like with my regular Schmidt 8. So this mouthpiece has a larger bore, a little bit deeper than the Schilke 28, and you can see the sound, it's Descant-like, but it's not quite as shrill. I'm sure the Shooky 28 works on some Descant horns, but it would not work well on my Paxman. Moving on. Next, we have the Shilke 29. Now I know this is one of Schilke's more common mouthpieces. I know many students and many professionals who use the Schilke 29. It is a very good all-around mouthpiece. The description says that it has a 17.53 inner diameter, which feels more like an 18 in the Houghton and Varus line. A 17 bore throat, which I think is although that's small for many players, I think 17 is a great option and should be looked at by multiple people. The Varus PF that I play has a 17 bore. The Black Letter Farkas has a 17 bore. I know Bill Vermeulen's mouthpiece has a 17 bore. Lots of great mouthpieces have a smaller bore like that, and it works well for many people on Geyer style horns. And the description states that it offers a balanced option that is very adaptable to both the younger player and the professional needing a stronger upper register with a large rim diameter, standard rim contour, cup, and smaller bore. Sorry, I got a comment that my playing mic is clipping a little bit. Let me go ahead and adjust that. Okay, that should be a bit better. So how did you guys like the 29? For me, the 29 is a very comfortable mouthpiece to play on. Do you like the 29 sound? Or do you like the sound of the PF? Let me know down in the comments. Moving on though, now we have the Schilke 30. The Schilke 30 The Schilke 30 has a 17.03 millimeter inner diameter, a 17 bore throat once again, and the description states that it's the original Farkas model. The wide rounded rim and fairly deep cup makes the 30 a good all-around mouthpiece for the experienced player. You know, I don't really know how they determine what mouthpiece is for the experienced player and what mouthpiece is for the player getting a start. But, you know, like our PF, the 30 is based on the black letter Farkas. But remember, there are many different black letter Farkases out there, and they were very inconsistent just due to being handmade in the era that they were made in. So I have tried the 30 before, and I can tell you it doesn't feel like the PF, but I still think it's a good mouthpiece. Let's go ahead and hear it played. So the Shilke 30 is another, I would agree with the description. It's a great all-around mouthpiece. I enjoyed playing it. And to my ear, I felt like I had a good sound. But again, you know, please let me know in the comments or in chat what you think about these mouthpieces. Speaking of chat, I should probably be making sure it's here. Voice is pretty soft, can't hear you well. Okay, well, let's see if that takes care of it. And then on YouTube here. No chats in YouTube. Okay, so let's keep going. Next, we have the Schilke 30B. The 30B has a 16.92 inner diameter with a 14 bore. This model was designed with a smaller B-style cup and thin, flat rim. This mouthpiece, maybe it's just my ear, but I felt like it had a thinner sound than the other mouthpieces I've tried so far. That's likely due to the thinner rim. However, the thinner rim is in theory, should contribute to better clarity. So that's generally going to be the trade-off there. I didn't like it as much as the other mouthpieces, but I think if you have thinner lips, this was pretty small for my lips, so things were a little constrained. If you have thinner lips, but you're looking for more clarity in your sound, this would be a good option. Moving on, we're almost done. Next, we're gonna try the Schilke 30 C2. The 30T C2 has a 17.03 inner diameter. So I see it's identical inner diameter to the 30. It has a number 8 bore, so that's a pretty big bore. By the way, Bore sizes, the smaller the number, the larger the bore. So a number 1 bore is going to be the largest, and it just keeps getting smaller as you go up. So for example, a number 20 would be a very small bore. And when we did the Model 28, which has a 26 bore, that's extremely small. The 30C2 description says it's based on a standard design. This mouthpiece has an excellent response in the high or low range and a free-blowing feel. Recommended for both professional and developing players alike. By the way, no, I don't know what standard design it was based off of. Probably Yamaha based on the model number. But I don't know that for a fact. I'll be honest, I didn't like this mouthpiece much. But that is also just a personal preference thing. The larger bore you get, the more air you have to put through the horn, and the harder you have to work to play it. And I had to work pretty hard to play this mouthpiece with this bore. Now, some horns do well with larger bore mouthpieces. I think this is a horn, and I think most Geyer style horns don't do well with large bore mouthpieces. And you might be able to tell that I'm trying to be careful with everything I say on this subject, because there are players who use everything under the sun. There are great professional players who could play circles around me who are using like a number 4 bore or number 1 bore, or a number 8 bore on a Geyer style horn. But in my opinion, I find that when you get to bores that large, you put in a lot of extra energy for not a lot of benefit. The sound can sound a bit bigger on mouthpieces with larger bores, especially in halls, but it could also sound a bit woofier, a bit less clear. And frankly, I think when you work harder, people can hear that. When you're playing easy, people can hear that, and that's an impressive thing to master if you can master it. I'm not saying I've mastered that, but a lot of great players I hear, they just sound like it's easy. They're not even working at all, and it sounds beautiful. So, moving on to the last mouthpiece of the day. It's going to be the Schilke 32. Now, I know there is a 31 and a 31B and a 31C2. I don't have those today. But we'll just go to the 32. The 32 has a 17.83 inner diameter. A number 2 bore, so this is going to be the largest bore mouthpiece we're going to try today. And a description that says the extra large cup diameter, cup volume, and back bore produces a rich, dark tone color. So that mouthpiece, yeah, it really does produce a rich, dark tone color. This is the only mouthpiece in the range that I felt made playing high harder. When I got to that high B flat in the Strauss, it was hard to hit, and that wasn't the case with any of the other mouthpieces I tried. So maybe if you were a specialty low horn player and you just wanted to play fat and low, then this would be a great mouthpiece for you. But as I mentioned with the mouthpiece I had a number 8 bore, number 2 is huge. And I really felt that when playing it. I had to work really hard to play this mouthpiece. But yeah, again, overall, I think the Schilke line of mouthpieces is excellent. My favorite, still think it's a number 30. And of course, that's closest to the mouthpiece that I currently play. The number 29 was a very, very close second place. The number 29 to me was very comfortable and very fun to play. And please let me know if you like these mouthpiece comparisons. I also tried a few things with my setup today, which is why it was a little rougher at the beginning. I added a little reverb to the playing mic to make it sound a bit more like I'm playing in the hall. I didn't do any manipulation to the tone of the tone of the mic. I didn't do anything with EQ because I wanted to make sure that it's still an accurate tone. I just added a little bit of reverb. You can tell me if you like that or not, or maybe it was a little too much reverb. Please let me know. There will be no live stream on Friday this week, but I'll be back next week for a live stream on Tuesday, and back that next Friday for a live stream with Mark Houghton. We're going to make it a regular thing, or at least I think we're going to make it a regular thing. Let me check the chat one more time to see if there are any questions or comments. Okay, I think that's it. If you see this video later, please feel free to comment. I do go back and check them, and I try to answer any questions that are left. And of course, you can, if you're interested in purchasing the Shooky mouthpieces, you can take a look at our website, houghtonhorns.com. We offer free shipping and free returns on mouthpieces, so you can try a mouthpiece completely risk-free. And you can give us a call at 817-993-6400 if you would like to chat with someone about which mouthpiece would work best for you. In addition, we're offering virtual horn appointments. This is great for mouthpieces because then we can see you, we can see your face, see your lips, see your tooth structure, and we can use that to inform us as to what direction to point you in as far as a new mouthpiece is concerned. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you later.